Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just wanted to give y'all a quick update on the Go to Moon Casino in Philadelphia, Mississippi. So I went over last night mainly just to get the table conditions and see how everything was working with that casino. They were opened up. They opened up Friday at noon, so I wanted to see what kind of craps table conditions were. So I'm gonna give you a quick update on the tables. There was no plexiglass. You had to not worry about any gloves. The only thing you had to worry about was a mask. You did have to keep a mask on. The uh, table limits were $10, and it went to maximum of 5,000. It was 20-time odds, and they allowed 4 shooters per end. Um, the table seemed semi bouncy. They did have ATS, no fire bets, and no repeater bets. Um, Now, as we got the table conditions out of the way, I kind of give you a brief of how I did. Um, I left with, uh, I had a $27 profit. Basically, when I signed up for the Players Club, they give me a $50 free play in the slots, but you couldn't cash that out. But I used that and converted that over to $48 for cash out money. And then on the dice table, well, I used $10. You had to use just a little bit of money. You had to put in your own money to get the spin started. So you had to spin 2 or 3 times before your $50 in-game credit would show up. But then as I played that $50 out, I kept converting it over to real winnings, and I kept. Then I printed it. I printed it out and actually made 48 off of $10. Uh, Basically, $50 free gameplay. Then when I finally did get on the table, I just took 200, and when I colored up, I shot 4 times. Only needed a 2 to hit a small one of my rows. I needed a 2 to hit the small, could never get the 2. And on that same roll, I needed an 8 and 11 to get the tall. Never could get a small or a tall, and I stayed at the table for a good 2 hours. It took me an hour to get on the table. And the whole time I was at the table and the hour I was waiting to get on the table, I never seen anyone hit a tall. Well, I take that back. I seen someone hit the tall, but nobody was betting when the person hit the tall. Um, but after that one time, I never seen a tall or a small be hit again. And as I mentioned, after I rode 4 times, and after my fourth row, I decided to leave. It was already 3 in the morning. I had a 2-hour drive, so I left. Um, but I started with 200 on the buy-in, and when I colored up, it was 179. So I lost a few dollars on the dice table, but you got to count tips and a few bottles of water that I was throwing tips for the waitress for the water, and I was giving the dealers a tip or two here and there. So overall, the trip was mainly for table conditions. I wanted to see how it was, and to get a little bit of practice rolling in, but I couldn't get everything dialed in to where I felt real comfortable on the press and everything. I had a few um, early in the game when I got on the board. When I got on the table, I was playing like an iron cross, and sometimes I was just doing 44 inside on the shooters, and I kept getting whacked on that stuff. I could never get enough hits to recoup my money. So eventually, I got a little gun shy on the table, and by the time it was my turn to roll, I had pretty decent rolls, all 4 of my rolls, but I was a little gun shy. I just say I was probably playing a little scary with the money. Last 2 weekends ago, I had a little rough session, um, so I was down like half of a bankroll. So I didn't. I was playing a little scary last night, and I did have some decent rolls, but I was more focusing on trying to hit an all-tall small, so I wasn't doing a lot of press betting. But anyway, that's the trip in a nutshell. It was mostly for the table conditions and for a trip report, so that anyone that's in that area that wants to visit that casino, um, there you go. It opened Friday, and it's open 24 hours a day now. So let me give you this one more tidbit. There were 3 tables. There were 3 crap tables at the Go to Moon. So, and all 3 of them were $10 minimum, 5,000 max bets with 20 time odds. I don't know if I said 20 time odds earlier, but yeah, that's it. So appreciate you guys watching, and if you're interested in going, uh, there you go. That's a little bit of the table conditions. So yeah, again, Chili from O-Town, and on that note, dice are out. Thank you guys.